Shalom, shalom, shalom is real. Shalom, shalom. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters, man, is truly edified by today's word. We must acknowledge our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, as we get ready to get into this word. What I want to speak about today is you want to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. In this spiritual walk, you know, it's not chess, it's not checkers, it's chess. You've seen the movie Training Day. Officer Alonzo, which I believe was played by Denzel. I think his name was Officer Alonzo. But the thing is, he said in the movie, he mentioned something along the lines of, it's chess, not checkers. And this spiritual life, this biblical life is the same way. When you're in the world, you're playing chess. But once you transition over to the biblical side of things, now you are playing chess. You're no longer playing checkers. The game has changed. The stakes are higher. You know, so you have to move in that way. And what you're going to learn is that when you're navigating through life with a biblical understanding, with a biblical mindset, with a biblical way of living, right? There's a skill set. There's a particular skill set that you have to acquire. And that's being wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You know, when Yahweh Shai sent his disciples out to teach and preach this word, along their journey, it was sheep among wolves. So because of that, you have to be wise and harmless at the same time as you navigate on your mission. And as you navigate through your spiritual mission, as you navigate through your spiritual walk, it's going to be sheep among wolves. In your regular walks of life, most importantly, on your job. On your job, it's going to be wolves among the sheep, man. And I'm dealing with that right now. I just started this new job. All praises to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, man. He blessed me with another great selling job. For those who've been following me long enough know, I lost my most recent job February 12th. And like I said, February 12th, when it happened, it was a blessing in disguise, you know. And like I said, I prayed for the individual that felt the need to have me removed. You know, I didn't take it personal. Even though I know it was personal on his end, I didn't take it personal because I'm spiritual. And I understand that a lot of times the Lord see fit for you to be somewhere else, better fit. So, you know, I didn't take it personal with this guy. But my point is this, the Lord has allowed me, has put me in a position to have a better salesmanship job. And, you know, your first 3 months or whatever, you're in your training, so you're learning a lot of different things. And I just got reminded the other day that you gotta be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, you know, even when you're at work. What I mean by that is you'll have people that will purposely try to aggravate your way of working, aggravate the momentum that you're building, aggravate your peace. Like, it's people on your job, no matter how much you might stay to yourself, no matter how much you go along to get along, it's always going to be somebody that finds a way, that go out their way to try to aggravate your workspace. And I just encountered this the other day. So it led me to Matthew 10 and 16, when it speaks about being wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So I understand that now, you know. And when it talks about, let's bring out Matthew 10:16. It says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." So when the disciples went out to do this work, they were sheep in the midst of wolves, which means that you gotta put your spiritual binoculars on. You gotta be alert. You gotta pay attention, because everybody is not gonna look like you and have the same demeanor as you. There's people out totally different from you, but they're gonna look just like you. So you gotta be able to differentiate the live and jive. You gotta be able to differentiate somebody that has the same vibe, the same energy as you, opposed to somebody that's opposite. Somebody that have a different energy than you, someone that don't appreciate peace and trying to infiltrate your peace, trying to infiltrate your personal space, trying to aggravate you. You have to be wise as a serpent the way you deal with that, and you got to be harmless as a dove the way you deal with that. And when it talks about being wise as a serpent, we're talking about you got to be crafty. You got to be cunning. You got to be very smart, like a snake. We know what happened in the garden. Okay, we know what happened in the garden. That individual was very cunning. Okay, so when you hear somebody say snake is figuratively speaking, someone that's cunning, someone that's very sharp, someone that's very crafty, someone you got to get up 2 nights before them and try to counter the game they're going to run on you, the strategy, the scheme that they're going to run on you. So I'm not telling you to be wise as a serpent in a negative connotated way. I'm saying be wise as a serpent as far as you got to be very, very smart. You got to play chess with these people. You can't play checkers. Even on your job, when you see people, when you see that there's a sheep in wolves clothing, you got to be very wise how you deal with that person. And not only do you have to be wise, you also have to be harmless as a dove. And when I say harmless, you got to act simple. You got to not only be simple, but innocent. You have to be innocent. In other words, you want to be pure. You don't want to have no evilness. And when how you deal with these people, you don't want to have no, you want to be as pure as you can. You don't want to have no level of evil in you. You want to be free from guile. You want to be innocent. You want to be simple. In other words, you kill them with kindness. When you harmless as a dove, basically you pose no threat. However you decide to counter someone that have shown themselves to be a wolf, especially in your workspace, you don't want to do nothing to jeopardize your livelihood with the way how you deal with them. You want to be harmless as a dove, innocent, pure from any evil, pure from any obvious action of retaliation. You want to be able to be smart how you counter the aggravation that's happening on your job. And that's what I'm learning. At the end of the day, I'm here to make a living. I'm here to sell and make a living. I ain't here to make friends and hang out with after work. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to do a job. And I understand that sometimes it's people that you have to work with, that you have to learn how to be smart the way you deal with them and still be able to keep it a comfortable, positive workspace. And not only do you have to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove in your workspace, sometimes you got to be that way in your marriage. In your marriage, you have to be that way sometimes. Just life in general. Say you go to the gym, you go to the mall, you go to the grocery store, just all walks of life, man. You'll find yourself Coming in the mix of people that will aggravate your peace, that will aggravate your course of life. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, some of us might have school. Some of us might have classes, and you're dealing with people. Like I said, whether it's work, class, church, on the job, in public, at the grocery store, at the mall, all walks of life, man, you might find yourself having to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. So just take it from me, man. The nuts and bolts of this is when people, like I said, look like they're sheep, but turn out to be a wolf. Now you have to, from that point moving forward, you have to start playing chess with that person. You got to start playing chess in that situation. I'm telling you, man. Because if you play the game wrong, when you find out that there's a wolf in the mix of you that posed themselves to be a sheep, you cannot play the game of checkers with them. You cannot play the game of checkers with them. You cannot. You got to play chess. And how you play chess, you got to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, man. That's all I got for you, man. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters were truly, truly edified by this word. And we give all praises, glory, and honor to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahushai, for allowing this word to come out, man. Shalom.